Hey guys, Full the Tool Man Goku here. Today on Duel Time, I'm going to show you the Yang-Zing deck. It's a fun deck. I literally spent like 2 months collecting the cards, and I finally today got enough where I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm putting the deck together. So let's run through it. So the main tuner right now, until like Friday, where you get the new Dark Tuner, this thing is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, now all the Yang-Zings have a similar effect where if they're destroyed by battle or card effects, instead of the graveyard, you can special summon another Yang-Zing monster out of your deck in defense position. They can't special summon themselves though. But this one is great because if one of your Yang-Zing monsters is destroyed while this is in the graveyard, you can special summon it, to change to that effect, special summon it, and then when it leaves the field you banish it, but it's just so good for situations like that. So 3 of that. 3 Swanis, 1900 attack, level 4. When it's used as a synchro material, the monster you synchro for gains 500 attack. 3 Bians, excuse me if I pronounce these wrong, they're all messed up. When he's used as synchro material, the monster cannot be destroyed by battle. And I've had so much fun using this damn thing. 2 Paulos, I might put it up to 3, it all depends, you know. The deck's not completely finished yet, but I mean, you know. When this is used as synchro material, the synchro monster cannot be affected by spell cards. Then 1 Bixie, would love to run a 3 because it's awesome. The monsters that uses this cannot be affected by trap cards. So each of these has like different effects that when they use them as synchro fodder, they just make the synchro monsters just so broken as hell. So next, I run 2 TT Strikers. This card runs really well in this deck. I mean, literally, you can run it into enough times where it's just like, oh, special summon, you know, normal summon any of the Yang-Zings, and just go for, you know, lots of cool things. I mean, it's just really great in this deck. Next one, Breeze Dragon. There's enough, you know, monsters in here that you can special summon with this effect to, you know, go for, like, I think, like, 6s and whatnot. So he's just good in this, I think. Next, 2 Tour Buses and Tour Guide, and I'll tell you why. Because, yeah, even though Tour Bus's effect special summons a monster and that monster cannot be used as synchro material, but Tour Bus can. And so what I normally do is I put down TT Striker, then normal summon Tour Bus, go for Tour Guide. You normal summon Tour Guide, special summon Tour Bus in defense, synchro summon, and I have Tour Bus in defense that if it gets destroyed, hey, I can shuffle shit back in the deck. So it's actually been working really well for me. It might change it eventually when I get better stuff, but for right now, it works. Next, Max Chameleon. You can special summon a monster out of the graveyard with 0 defense. It's a tuner. It's freaking awesome. Probably going to switch it between like 2, 3, you know, it's definitely cool. And then 1 card for draw consistency. That's all the monsters. Like I said, some of the Yang-Zings I need to get more of, but for right now, it's running pretty smoothly. Okay, for these spells. 2 Yang-Zing Path, which is the coolest freaking card in this deck. You select 3 Yang-Zing monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back into the deck, draw 2 cards. The only drawback is you can only activate this once per turn. That's it. It's awesome. Next, Pot of Duality. You have the effect of special summoning on your opponent's turn, so you can use this with relative ease. Next, Yang-Zing Prana. When I was first looking at this, I didn't think it'd be too good, but eventually when I figured out that getting your Yang-Zings to the graveyard is actually very easy, this card became so much more consistent and just really amazing. Next one, Soul Charge, because every deck needs Soul Charge. 1 MST, because I have enough monsters to pop shit. Mind Control, because it's a synchro deck. 1 for 1 to bring out my tuners. Book of Moon, and Dark Hole, so regular staples. So very simple. Traps. 2 Yang-Zing Unleashed. First part of the effect is when you just... I'm sorry. All monsters your opponent controls must attack if able. But its secondary effect is that you can basically toss this from your field to the graveyard, and you can immediately synchro summon with Yang-Zing monsters you control. So it's pretty good in conjunction with this skill drain. Why? Because you could just use this to synchro summon with your monsters. I mean, Skill Drain works in this deck so well. That's why I'm going to run it like at 2 or 3, because it works in this deck so well. Your Yang-Zing monsters get their effects in the graveyard, and like when you have this, you can toss this instead, so you can grab like your Black Rose and shit like that in your opponent's turn. It's hilarious. Then Mirror Force, Breakthrough Skill, Pinpoint Guard, which has been really great in this deck, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Compulse. So, not too complicated. The extra deck, which I'm still tweaking with. There are some things I still want to change with it, but for right now, 3 of the Braxia. This is like the prime Synchro Monster to go and get. It's a 7? Yes. Okay. And it takes 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner wire monsters. Basically, you can, when this card is Synchro Summoned, you can return cards on the field back to the deck up to the number of original attribute-typed wire monsters in the graveyard. So right now there's 5. Later there will be more than that. I mean, there'll be a Dark soon. So you can literally up to bounce like up to 6 cards your opponent controls, in a turn. Then the secondary effect, which is amazing. You can pop 1 card you control. Doesn't matter what the card is. Then you can special summon a level 4 or lower wire monster out of your graveyard. Or rather Yang-Zing. And it's just awesome. And since you use the wire monsters to synchro summon with this, it always gets bonus effects. Next, 2 Black Rose, because using and getting 7s in this deck is very easy. So it's just awesome. Next 1 Lightning Warrior, because damage, A Star Eater, because it's very easy to make. Orient Dragon, 6s, another easy card to go for, especially with the Breeze Dragon and whatnot. So I probably will change that to 2. Mistworm, Samsara, really another great card. I mean, when you use the right things to make him, he just becomes indestructible, and when he does eventually die, you can special summon any monster out of the graveyard. Yours, your opponent's, whatever. Flip Rayquaza, another thing, you get so many good effects that he just becomes really good. Catastor, Mighty Warrior, TG Hyper Librarian, and Stardust Dragon. So, normal Synchro Monsters. I mean, this deck can pretty much pump out, a billion different Synchro Monsters. So, the hardest part about this deck, I would say, is figuring out what you want to run. But that's it. It's my first draft of the deck. Definitely be a lot of changes to come. But, this is SuperFullGoku here. And, we'll come at you with, more deck profiles soon, comment, rate, subscribe, all the good stuff, and have a nice day.